All right, good morning, everybody. Great to see you all out here. Welcome to Yoga in the Park. I'm Tommy. I'm going to be guiding you through your practice. Good to see some faces back. Thanks for joining me this morning. We're going to start on our backs this morning. We're going to try not to be down there too long, since that seems to be where all the bugs want to hang out. But nonetheless, we'll get started. If you have something as well, like a towel, you can put that just over the face so the bugs don't get in your face as much. Options with the legs, nice and long, or you can have knees bent. Bring the feet out to the edges of the mat. Let the knees fall into each other. A nice little release on the low back there. And just take a moment and just press the shoulders into the mat and feel your low back, that lumbar spine, just feel that nice natural curve. So you're not trying to pull your low back all the way down to the mat and lay super flat. Just feel that nice curve in the lumbar spine. Kind of puff up through the chest, and let's just start to make that conscious connection with the breath. In through the nose, feel the cool air come in. Exit back out through the nose, feel the warm air leave the body, and just start to build that natural rhythm, nice and slow, and just feeling that breath start to grow in the body. Feel it travel in the torso. We're gonna be doing a lot of core work this morning, and not the really intense core work that we're used to with doing tons of crunches. We'll do a little bit of that, but really just focused on engaging that full 360 of the torso. So as you're breathing, feel that out, feel that space. Breathing into the belly, breathing into the side ribs, feeling those expand. Breathing into the back and feeling the spine relax and become a little longer. And just let that breath be a source of ease as it enters and exits the body, creating a little bit more ease, a little bit more space. Letting that just release any physical grip you're feeling in the body, in the back of the jaw, in the face, just letting the muscles release any tension, soften the brow, relax the throat. And as you start to make that connection with the mind, body, and breath, just let that start to drop you into the practice. For the next hour, anything off the mat can wait. This is your time for self-exploration, healing, and self-care. So another cycle of breath here. Nice full breath in. Nice slow exhale out. We'll blink those eyes open. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the heels back towards the glutes here. Take the arms and bring them up overhead and reach those fingertips back beyond the mat. Your ribs are sort of going to pop up and open up here. So clamshell the ribs down and in a little bit. So you're just kind of think of it almost as if you're like closing a car hood or clamshelling a clam. Pull the ribs down and in. And even though the belly's engaged here, we're breathing. So reaching fingers back, maybe floating them off the ground. Just feeling that belly start to engage. If it's okay, maybe extending out through the left heel. Heel can either be down or maybe floating it off the ground a little bit. And adding a little bit more if you just want to pulse that heel up and down as you're reaching those fingertips back. Feel that start to engage in the core. Swat some bugs. A few more on that side, just getting warmed up, starting to open the body, more space for that breath, and then we'll go ahead and switch. So bring the left leg back in, knees are bent, extend out through right heel, and you want that foot active. So press out through the heel, toes are face up, maybe floating off the ground, adding as much intensity as you like, maybe pulsing that up to the sky, just a few inches, feel the core engage. Keep that breath moving as you engage that core. So not holding that breath just because we're squeezing the belly a little bit. And also feel that in the low back. We're starting to feel out that 360, the whole trunk of the tree we're working. All right, heel goes back in. We're gonna switch sides again. Left heel goes long, deep breath in. Same thing if you wanna pulse, otherwise, deep breath in. On the exhale, knee comes into the chest, and then fingertips come down towards the heels. Option to lift the head here. So we're just moving with the breath. Inhale, heel goes out, fingertips go back, deep breath in. Exhale, curl and round in. Head up or down. option there. You can also have hands at the back of the head if you want to support the neck. Deep breath in, lengthen, and just moving with your breath at your pace, just getting warmed up. Feel that in the low back. So a few more times. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl and contract. So a few more. One more. Big breath in. Curl and hold it. Squeeze it in. Back to center. Little relax. Shake the knees side to side. Relax the belly for a moment. Second side. Set yourself up. Right leg goes long. Fingertips up and back. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl, contract. Round up if you like. Otherwise, stay on the back. Go a few more. One more time. Pause on that inhale. Exhale, curl and round in. Relax, let it go. Feet come down, soften the belly. Shake the legs out a little bit, back and forth. All right, everything back into center. Just one more little set here. Option here, either hands back up overhead or back behind the head. Knees, both of them up into the chest this time. Keep the feet flexed, deep breath in. Fingertips back if you like. On the exhale, curl and round up and reach towards the heels. Inhale, open, deep breath in. Exhale, curl and round up. Shoulders might just be coming up a half inch or two. You'll feel it in that core, so find your edge. Find where you can keep that breath moving. Let's go one more time up to center. Inhale back, and then we're gonna go over to the side. So knees stay into the center, deep breath in. Exhale, just reaching out over beyond that right knee. Fingertips spread nice and wide. Inhale back. Let's go second side over to the left. Squeeze and round up. And just back and forth a few times. Up to the middle, over to the side. Pause where it feels good. Take a little break if you need it. Just getting everything warmed up and active. All right, let's go one more, wherever you are. Squeeze and round it up. Legs down, relax. Hands on the belly. Shake those legs out a little bit. All right. Take your time. You can either just roll off to one side. We're going to meet in tabletop. If you want a little bit, you can roll up and down the length of the spine, if that's okay. And we'll come up and meet in tabletop. All right, take your time, set your foundation nice and wide through the fingertips, spread them out, thumbs facing towards each other. And we got those wrists lined up right under those shoulders. Hips are going right above those knees. Tap the tops of the feet, kind of wake up our anchors here. And we're gonna come through cat-cow, but I really want you to focus more on the core and the belly here. So a lot of times we're really focused on the back. So drop your belly down as much as you can as you lift your tailbone up. So belly down, pressing up out of those shoulders, lift up through the chin. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, pull your belly button back in towards the spine, drop the gaze down and in. Squeeze. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly button draws back. Draw the nose down and in towards the belly. Spreading those shoulder blades apart and just rocking back and forth here. At your own pace with the breath. Pause wherever feels good. Side to side hip movement if you'd like. Looking back over one shoulder. few more with your breath. All All right, bring everything back into center. Just get everything rebalanced out for a moment. We're gonna go ahead and take the right leg, extend out through that heel, flex and draw the toes down, press up out of those shoulders, belly draws up and in here. We're breathing, deep breath in here. Exhale, curling knee to nose, push that floor away to create a little bit more space. Inhale, lengthen, gaze up, deep breath in. Exhale, round and contract. Inhale back. Exhale, round in one more time. Keep it in. Inhale, lengthen, deep breath in. We're going to drop that foot right behind the left foot. And we're going to go ahead and turn that knee out to the side. We were working on this last week. So creating a little kickstand here. So go ahead and take that knee and just turn the heel back. There you go. Hand right in front of the face, coming right out from the shoulder. So we're not out here or too far. Just a nice line coming directly out from that shoulder. Wrist is down. And then we want to draw that top arm up, stack up through those shoulders, lift up through the fingertips, and pull those left ribs up and in. Get some space in there. Feeling out that entire trunk of the tree, the 360 core, low back's working. Maybe if you like, engage a little bit more, maybe float that back leg up if it's okay. You'll feel that in the low back, kind of into the hip. You can just be low. Maybe you want to pulse it up a few times. A few more breaths here. One more cycle. Look down towards the hand. We'll just go ahead and windmill hand back down. Turn that heel back. Take a moment, rebalance everything back out. A little shake of those hips side to side. Right, let's go second side. Left leg goes back. Flex and draw the toes down, heel back. Press up out of the shoulders and draw the belly up and in. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl and round. Push that floor away, find some space. Inhale, lengthen, gaze up. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Let's go one more. Curl and squeeze it in. Extend that leg all the way back. Toes come down. Set up that arm. And then go ahead and turn that heel back, set your kickstand up, modified side plank. Lift up those fingers and pull those right ribs up. You can also have a block here if you need it. Float the leg up or not. Pull, extend, active, breathe. Take a little break if you need to. For the body, follow the breath. More cycle. And look down, hands come back down, hips back into alignment. Give them a little shake out. All right, hands come forward. We're gonna tuck the toes under. Hips come up and back. First downward dog of the morning, for most of us probably. Stretch out those calves. Shorten up the stance. Lower down one heel at a time. Back up to tiptoes, switch sides. And then checking in with those arms. You don't want those elbows too far out, splayed out. So you want those triceps turning in towards the ears slightly. Keeping the shoulders safe. Lift up onto your tippy toes. Tailbone up, heels up, big breath in. Exhale. Heels come down any amount and pull your heart back towards your thighs to create a nice long spine. Deep breath in. Nice slow exhale out. Walk the feet in just a little bit more, and then we're just going to walk the hands back to meet the feet. Drop those heels down. Take a look at your toes. Spread them out nice and wide. Big toes down. Fan out the rest of the toes, get some space in between them. Bend the knee, straighten the legs, get into those hammies a little bit. halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Pull your thigh bones back as you reach the crown of your head towards the center of the mat. Nice flat spine here. Hands on shins, hands to blocks, hands on top of thigh. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge and fold down. Maybe grab for backs of the calves and let the elbows come out here as you pull your chest towards your thigh. Playing around with the weight of the feet, shifting back into the heels, lift the toes, shift into the toes, lift the heels. Feeling that in the backs of the calves, kind of swaying hips side to side. All right, let's go ahead and bend the knees a lot. We're going to root to rise, draw up, nice and slow, energy through the legs, rolling up through the spine, nice and slow. When you get halfway, roll the shoulders up, back and down, reach those fingertips out and bring the hips slightly forward. Inhale, lift up and rise. Create length in the side ribs as you lift up and drop through your heels. Nice big breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. Pull those elbows back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades and scapula together. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, we're going to drop into chair pose, Utkatasana. Thighs come together. Give them a little squeeze here. Fingertips up and out. Dropping down through the tail, lifting up through the chest. Take a big breath in. Stay here. Let's add a little movement. Hands come forward. Draw the bow back across the chest. Reach back. Let the gaze follow. Knees are going to want to turn back with you. So just keep them squeezed in towards the front. Inhale, back to center. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, back the other direction. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Sinking breath and movement. Tabletop, flat spine. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Right. Hands come down. You can bend the knees if you need to. We're going to walk the hands all the way back out into a plank. Modified plank by dropping knees down, but keeping that belly active. If you're in full plank, pressing up out of those shoulders, a little round in the spine. Press out through the heels and reach forward with the crown of the head. Belly button drawing up and in slightly. Deep breath in. Maybe floating one foot up an inch or two. Maybe the other side. One more round of breath here. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to lower down knees, untuck the toes. Lower all the way down to the belly. Rock yourself side to side. Get some contact with those hips, the pelvis, the tops of the thighs. So reach the toes back one at a time. Coming up into a cobra, starting to work on the backside here of the core. So pressing up, palms underneath the shoulders, elbows are in. Feel the low back engage as you press yourself up. Option to float the hands up. Breathe. Deep breath in. Woo, buggy. Exhale back down. Push yourself back up. Let's take a quick child's pose. Just pulling those hips all the way back. Knees go wide or knees together. Just going to be here for a moment. So as we're working that core, as we're doing some back bend, really important to do those counter poses. Nice big breath into the low back here. Nice slow exhale out. All right, bring yourself all the way back up. Hands down, come back into that plank pose or stay modified plank with knees lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, push all the way back, downward dog. Inhale, tail comes up, big breath in. Exhale, heels go down. Nice long spine. Stay for one more breath here. Left leg goes up and back, three-legged dog. Press out through that heel. Lift up in the right heel. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to send that foot all the way forward. Press the floor away to create some space. So knee to nose, toes come down. If they stop short, we're going to lower down into the back knee anyway. So just kind of scooch that foot up there. We want that heel lined up underneath that knee, so we're nice and stable and strong. Option here to also bring your blocks alongside the hips. Bring that floor up towards you. It still got you, huh, Joy? All right, dropping into low lunge. We're sinking down to that right hip. Let's take the left hand up. So kind of feel those two opposites, the push and pull. We're lowering in the hips. We're lifting up through that torso. Add both arms. Nice big breath in at the top. Pinkies rotated in towards each other. Feeling the body moving in two opposite directions and feel that breath between those two. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down either to mat. Hands can also come to blocks. Apply that front foot. We're going to tuck the back toes under. Lift that back knee up. We're kind of in a runner's lunge here. Reach up and out with the crown of your head so we're not just folding in over that leg. So nice and active. We're pressing into that back heel, drawing that back knee up. So a nice stable leg in the back here. Start to bring hands up to the heart if it's okay. Roll the shoulders back, reach back towards those heels. So kind of a skier's lunge here, reaching forward with the crown of the head. Breathing. You need to drop back into that low lunge. Go ahead and do that. Lift those hands up and reach up and out. Active in the belly here. Inhale, lift up a little bit more. Lift. Exhale, sink into the lunge a little deeper. Still active in that back heel. Drawing that back heel up and in. Breathe here. Inhale. We're going to take a high twist. Right arm's going to come across that thigh. Roll the left shoulder back. Option with the back arm, either just alongside the sacrum here for support. Maybe reaching back, maybe gaze is following. Stay here. If you like a little bit more, that back hand can come to the thigh. Reach the top arms up and out. Definitely going to add on some intensity here. So take what you like, leave what you don't. Listen to the body. All right, everything back to center. Let's take hands to heart. Pause for a breath. We're going to step all the way forward. So bend into that front knee, shift the weight forward, step all the way forward. Both feet at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bend the knees, root to rise, brings you all the way up. Lift it up. Practice those arms, hips slightly forward. Take the back bend as much as you like. Inhale back up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Relax, close the eyes for a moment. Just let some of that energy bouncing around in the body, throughout the chest and the heart space, settle down. Feel it kind of waterfall down into your core, down into your hips, down into your legs, and all the way back down into your more cycle of breath here, just noticing how the body's feeling. Maybe one side a little different than the other. One more breath. Nice, slow exhale out. Right. Inhale, take it all the way up. Deep breath in. Exhale, send you all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands down, big step back, plank pose or modified plank. Pause for a cycle of breath. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down knees, chest and chin, or full chaturanga. Go all the way to belly. Take that cobra. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Press up. Elbows come in. Float the hands. If you like a little more, maybe airplane the arms. Spin those palms slightly up. Deep breath in. Lift up in the chest. Feel that low back engage. Exhale, hands come down. Push all the way back. Pause in child's pose if you'd like. Come back into tabletop or push right back into plank, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. All right, right leg goes up and back. Deep breath in. Three-legged dog. Exhale, sends it all the way forward. Press the floor away. Find some space for that leg to drop. Reset yourself. Blocks alongside those hips if you like. Set up the foundation in low lunge. Feel out the body. Left hip dropping, right arm up. Add the second finger or the second hand. Turn the fingers in towards each other. Lift up and breathe. One more cycle. Exhale, fingertips down to the mat or blocks alongside that front leg. Charge up that back leg. Pull the knee up and in. You're tucking the back toes. If you need to drop that foot, you can go ahead and do that if that's just not comfortable. Otherwise, start to engage that belly. Reach crown forward. Roll shoulders back. Reach those fingertips back towards your heel. Stay here, or if you like, arms up, forward. Breathe. Inhale, brings you up. Deep breath in. Sink into that lunge. Press out through that back heel as you draw that back knee up and in, nice and stable. Deep breath in. Let's take that twist. Left hand across the thigh. Option with the back hand. Reach it back. Bend it back. Support the low back. Maybe adding that deeper back bend if you like. Go one more cycle. Everything back into heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale. Fingertips down to blocks or alongside. Charge up that back or front foot. Bend into that knee. Step it all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. So one more cycle of breath here. Let that head be heavy. Relax the neck. Shake the head, yes or no. All right, bend those knees. Take it all the way up, nice and slow. Inhale at the top. Exhale, palms to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Lift up to the crown of your head as you're dropping down through those heels. Breathe. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Tabletop spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands come down, take a big step back, all the way back into that plank. Pause here, belly active, deep breath in. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, and chin, or full chaturanga. All the way to the belly. And then let's go ahead and slide elbows forward under the shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. Again, a little rock of those hips side to side, reach the toes back. Nice firm contact with the top of your thighs and pelvic bone. Elbows lined up under shoulders. Fingertips spread nice and wide and press up out of the shoulders so you're not dropping in. So heart comes up, heart lifted here, belly's active. Take a deep breath in. like a little more forward. On the exhale, just start to take your gaze down and in and just pull your belly. Maybe your hips come up. Inhale back to center. And just working with the breath a few times too. If you need to pause and just come flat, go ahead and do so. You can maybe just be lifting the belly slightly up and the gaze down and in. If you're lifting those thighs, obviously you're adding a little bit more intensity. Might be a little shaky. Feel any discomfort, pinching in the low back, definitely come out of this. All right, let's just go ahead and make a pillow with the hands, one on top of the other. Turn your head to one side, and then go ahead and bend the knees, and then just windshield wiper side to side just to relax and release that low back. Nice big breath into the back. Nice slow exhale out. All right, hands slide back underneath those shoulders. Push it all the way back. Take a quick child's pose here. Just pulling hips back towards heels and just feeling the counter stretch to those back bends. So draw your nose in towards the knees as you reach the fingertips out. Nice big breath into the low back here. Exhale, let it go. Head starts to come up. Fingertips tack forward. Tuck those toes. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Right, second time through our flow. Left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, send it all the way forward. Option for that low lunge. Otherwise, we're coming up into crescent lunge. Set the foundation nice and strong. Draw that back knee up. Palms to heart center. Lift up through your crown. Sink down through your hips. Reach the crown of the head forward. Roll those shoulders back. Reach back. Skiers lunge. Stay here. If you like a little more, maybe reach the fingertips forward. Stay here if you like. Palms to heart center. We're going to shift into warrior three. We're going to bend into that standing knee. You can shorten up the stance a little bit so you're not back here trying to get up. Blocks are awesome here. So kind of walk the back foot forward. Bend into that standing knee. Shift the weight and start to pull that back heel up and keep the hips in line. The toes like to turn out, so turn the toe down towards the mat. Have a bend in that standing leg. You don't have to lock out the knee. So one more breath. If you like adding the arms, maybe hands to heart center, airplane arms, full expression of the pose, fingertips forward, breathing, core working. Whenever you're ready, you can step forward, both feet to the top of the mat. Wipe the slate clean by inhaling, halfway lift, breathe, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, reach to rise all the way up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Pause here. Let the heartbeat settle back into the chest. Let some of that energy settle. Regain that rhythm of breath. One more cycle. The eyes open, give a little shake out, grab a drink if you need it. All right.
Let's use some of that core strength to do just a little bit of balance work. So we've been focusing on that. So again, not just the belly, but those side ribs, that low back. So we're gonna go ahead and shift our weight over into the right leg, left leg for you guys. Whatever. And then go ahead and feel out the core here. So palms to heart center. Just kind of zip up the energy into the center line of the body. A little tuck of the lower ribs down and in here. So they're I was like, where's that come from? so the car hood isn't open. We close it down and in a little bit, but you're breathing. And then just come up into a little kickstand here. You want to soften into that standing leg. So when you lock out your knee, you start going wobbling like that, there's nowhere to go. But if you have a little bit of movement there, you have a little bit more leeway. All right. Zip everything up in the center line of the body. Lift up nice and tall through the crown of the head. Kickstand that foot, so come up onto the toes. This might be your balance for today. Maybe starting to draw that knee up just a little bit. Let's go to tree pose if you like. So open that hip up out to the side. Maybe heel to the calf. Can also be down here nice and low. Maybe pulling it up and in towards the inner thigh, just not right on that knee. Lift up to that crown of the head. And then your gaze can just be soft out in front of you. You want a little bit more challenge. Gaze comes up, arms come up. Roll your branches out. You fall out of it. Just reset that foundation, come back in. Some days are more stable than others, but think about the core, not the legs as much. Beautiful expressions. Arms out, palms to heart center. Let it go, shake it out, forget about it. And cheating is good. See, Joy's over there cheating. That's great. That's what it's for. All right. Back towards the top of the mat. Let's flow it out, guys. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sends you all the way down. Plant those hands, big step back. We're going to take that plank or modified plank, and then we're just going to push right back to dog. We're going to skip the belly here. Take it all the way back and set ourselves up for that second side. All right. Right leg up and back. Deep breath in. Exhale, send it forward. Build the foundation nice and strong here. Pulling up to that back knee. Press out through that heel. Roll shoulders back, reach forward with crown of the head. Maybe add those arms. Reach. All right, palms to heart center. Going to shift into that warrior three. Options, blocks alongside that front foot. Shorten up the stance so you're not jumping into it. So kind of get your weight set up in that front leg. And then starting to draw that back leg up and back again. The hip likes to open, so turn the toes down and in. Options with those blocks, hands to heart center, core working here, low back's working, breathing. Any variations with the arms. One more breath wherever you are. Exhale, step forward when you're ready. Wipe the slate clean. Use the breath. Inhale halfway. Exhale forward. Bend the knees, root to rise. Deep breath in at the top. Exhale, draw it all into the heart. Let everything settle for a moment. Nice big breath into the back. Relax the low back. Relax the belly. All right, shake it all out. Set yourself up for that second side. Build the foundation nice and strong. Look down at the toes. Place the big toe down. Fan out the rest of the toes, and then press your foot into the mat so you Stretch the foot from the base all the way to the tips of the toes, grabbing it. All right, palms into heart center, checking with those ribs, just a little draw down. Come into that kickstand. And then just take it up nice and slow. Find your balance, find your center, find your drishti. Your gaze is just on something soft, not moving, so not me. Knee comes up and in, and then open up the hip. Options to whatever degree. One side's always going to be a little different. Add a smile. Don't take it too seriously. Yoga. Grow your branches if you like. Challenge your balance with the gaze coming up maybe a little. Swat some bugs. Going out of it nice and slow. Release. Shake it out. One more flow. Let's get going. Inhale, lift it up. I know. Exhale, send you down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Plant those hands. Big step back. Plank pose, modified plank. Go ahead and lower all the way back down to the belly. All right. Bend the knees and just a little rock side to side. Release that low back. Ooh, buggy. All right. Let's go ahead and just stretch out the shoulders here for a moment. So just take the right arm out to a T, hand on the ground, then slide the left arm right underneath the face, or right underneath the shoulder head, and then just pull your left leg back. Letting it come back beyond the right leg. And just feeling out the stretch in the front of the shoulder. So one more breath here. Exhale, roll back to center. Second side. Left arm, right arm underneath the shoulder, and then just roll the torso back. Let the right heel come back behind that left leg. Breathe. One more cycle. And back to center. Right, slide palms underneath. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. If you'd like to pause for a quick child's pose. And when you're ready, just roll off to one side and bring the legs forward. All right, go ahead and grab your blocks if you have them. Just bring them off to the sides of the hips. We're going to come back to those in a moment. Legs come out in front of us. We're going to bend those knees. And we want to be on that tailbone. So kind of sit back into your tail. And as you sit back in your tail, the shoulders like to go like this and just round forward. So we want to, the shoulders back, chest nice and open. Feet together, knees together. And then go ahead and just reach underneath the backs of the thighs here to support. You can kind of pull your heart space up and out a little bit. So lift up through the chin, lift up through the chest. Go ahead and float the heels up and draw the toes down slightly. So the core is starting to engage here, setting up for Navasana, both folds. This might be it for you. You might feel plenty here in the back, in the gut, maybe extending one leg up and out. Gaze is up, lifted, flex the feet, active in the heels, maybe both. Stay here or a little bit more, maybe fingertips come off, really pressing out through those heels, belly working, low back working, breathing. Exhale, let it go. Just go ahead and pull your heels in here, wrap around and just give a little draw in with the nose towards the knees, relax and release the low back. Breathe here for a moment.
One more cycle. All right, second time through, bring yourself back up, back onto that tail, palms underneath. Use that to draw the chest up and out. Squeeze the thighs together, activate like you're holding a block in between it. Maybe one leg, maybe two, maybe hands come off. Press up and out through those heels. High boat. Maybe you go low boat. High boat. You know where we're going, party boat. Party boat. All right, let it go. Bring it down. Shake out. That never gets old. No, it doesn't. All right, let's take the legs nice and wide here. So we want to be on the opposite of what we were doing. So before we're back on the tail, we want to be in front of the tail. So a good way to do that is just take the hands front to back. You can lift yourself up, press out through your heels, and you want to be in front of those sit bones. So sit bones are back. We're in front of them. Legs are nice and active. If you need a little bend in the knees, that's totally cool. So don't lock out the legs as much. So find your edge, get in front of those sit bones. We're just going to inhale and lift up through the chest. Fingertips come up, deep breath in. Exhale, reach forward. Find your edge. So this isn't about finding it and forcing into it. Find where that edge is on the inner thighs. Back off. Take a nice big breath into the thighs, inner thighs, into the hamstrings. And then on the exhale, just like gravity, pull the backs of your thigh bones down as you fold forward slightly. Do these stretches nice and easy from a place of compassion without trying to force anything. It takes time. Body system's good. On the next inhale, just come up about halfway. On the exhale, just walk fingertips over to one side. You can have one hand on either side of the leg if that's comfortable. Kind of lift up to the torso, pull your chest bone over towards that thigh, and then exhale, fold in. Maybe hands are just on the earth. Maybe you're reaching for that foot. You can also add a little bit of twist here by taking your left hand, right hand for you guys, reach towards the outer edge of that calf or foot, kind of lifting up through the torso, and then exhale, pull yourself back down. Breathe into that space. Exhale, fold in a little deeper. All right, bring yourself back into center. Pause for a breath here. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Start to walk over to the opposite side. Inhale, lift up through that chest. Kind of turn the shoulders so your breastplate's lining up more towards that thigh. And then exhale, fold it. Option to twist a little deeper by using that hand for some leverage. One more breath. All right, back into center. Bring yourself back up for a moment. Just pull the thighs up and in for a minute. Bring the heels together and just counter pose here as you just fold forward. Feel that in those outer hips. Rock a little side to side. Only go as low as it feels good. So one more cycle here. Nice slow exhale out. Walk fingertips back in. Let's go ahead and keep that left heel in, right leg out, and then just bring that heel to the inside of that thigh as much as you can. Active in that right foot. Toes drawing back towards you, flexing into that heel. That's going to protect that knee. And then go ahead and take that right hand and just bring it to the inside of the thigh or inside of the calf, and then open up the shoulders. So use that leverage here as you turn, open the shoulders, reach back and open the chest. So feel that stretch on the inner thigh all the way up into the chest. Breathe here for a few. Stay here if you'd like to intensify a little bit. We're going to take that right elbow, bring it to the inside of the thigh here or the calf. Block available as well. Inhale, lift up. And then you're going to take that top arm up and over. Now, sometimes that kind of gets hooked on the shoulder, so you can also bring that arm in front of the face and then up and over the ear. It's going to give you a little bit more space in that shoulder as you reach and breathe into those side ribs on the left. Spinning that top elbow back, so you're twisting and opening the chest as much as you can. So one more cycle, nice and slow. Bring yourself back and up. Inhale, lift up at the top. We're going to turn those shoulders out over that extended leg, kind of reposition the hips if you need to a little bit. Deep breath in. Exhale, send you down one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop in a little more. One more breath here. Fingertips back in. Go ahead and turn back towards center. Reach under that leg, give it a little help out. Pull it up and in, and we'll switch sides. Left leg long, active in the heel. Pull that heel towards that inner thigh. Set yourself up. All right. First, just active in the or opening up through the shoulder. So hands to the inside of the thigh, into the calf, and then use that just to open up the chest. Lift the fingertips back. Pressing into that inner thigh or inner calf. So you feel that on the inner thigh starting to open and stretch a little bit more. And then option here, staying here, or if you like, forearm to the inside of that thigh or calf, maybe on a block, pull that shoulder back. And then again, option here to go up and over, reaching, taking it in front of the face, and then over the ear. Draw that back shoulder back, so you're spinning the ribs back and open a little bit more. Deep breathing. One more cycle wherever you are. Nice, slow exhale out. Begin to release, nice and slow. Unwind the torso a little bit. You're gonna turn the shoulders over that leg, kind of reposition if you need to in the hips. Deep breath in, exhale, fold. Joy, that sun is getting you. I don't care where you go.
It's probably.
Breathe into your edge. The backing off on the inhale. Fill up the sponge. Exhale, wring out the sponge, nice and slow. You get to the bottom of that exhale, just a little squeeze of that lower belly down and in. Squeezing out any stale, stagnant breath. Go one more cycle. Right, let it go. Bring yourself back up. Reach underneath that thigh. Help yourself out. Bring the legs forward. Just give them a little shake out, whatever you need. Bounce back to the thighs. Shake the ankles out. Let it go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come onto the back. We're gonna do some final poses before we settle in. If Shavasana is going to be a problem because you're just getting covered in bugs and you can't relax, you can also just come up to a seat when we're ready for Shavasana. So be as comfortable as you can. Otherwise, come onto the back and just settle in here for a moment. So feel the backs of the shoulders draw down. Draw the knees up and into the chest. We did a lot of back work, core work, hip work. So pull the knees up and in, and then pull your tailbone back down to the mat in the opposite direction. So knees are coming up to the chest, tailbone's pulling down. You'll feel that at the top of the hip sockets, maybe a little rock side to side. Relax and release that low back. Right, heels come down. Bring the heels back towards the glutes as much as you can. Thighs come together. Palms alongside the legs, so palms face down, and then you're just going to lift up through those hips, squeeze the inner thighs together, coming into a bridge pose. Think about opening through the front of the pelvis. If you'd like, maybe fingertips go back up and over, open the chest up a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale, just lower back down. So we're just going to do that a few times at your own pace. Hips down. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze those thighs. Options with the arms. So one more cycle. Squeeze and hold at the top. All right, arms out to a T, knees back up into the chest. And then just let the hips or the knees start to fall off to one side. Just let the weight of your knees draw them over to the side. If they don't go all the way down, no problem. Just getting a little twist in that low spine. You can also take the hand on that side and just draw the thighs down as you reach out through the extension on the other arm. Let's be here for 2 breaths, nice and slow. And when you're ready, arms out to a T, knees back in the chest, just rebalance the hips back out. Arms to a T, and then just let them drift off to the other side. Using the hand on that side to draw them down. Feel that twist in the low back. Breathe into it. One more cycle. Right, knees back into alignment. Happy baby. Finish everything off. Let those thighs open up. Knees go nice and wide here. Grab for either outer edges of the feet. You can grab for big toes with your peace fingers. You can just grab for the calves and then pull your tailbone down. Feel that low back connect to the earth. And pull your kneecaps towards your armpits. Breathe into the pelvis. Breathe into those inner thighs. One more breath here. Little rock side to side. And when you're ready, just let everything go nice and long. Release, legs long. Let your feet come out to the edges of the mat. Maybe place something over the face. You need to. If that's just driving you crazy, if you want to just come up to a comfortable seat, try to get above the bugs a little bit, you can do that. All we're looking for is a little stillness in the body where we can just settle for a moment and just make it an active observation. Instead of tuning out, tune in.
just to how you're feeling physically, emotionally. Notice the flow of breath. Notice hopefully a little less physical grip that you're holding in the body. Feel the bones just be heavy here against the mat. And just settle into some stillness where you can just enjoy the benefits of your practice. Allow me to call you back in a few minutes. All right, my friends, let's begin to deepen our breaths and just welcome slow sensation back into the body. Move the neck side to side, the head side to side, wiggle the jaw, raise the eyebrows, moisten the lips, wiggle fingers and toes. If you like, taking a nice full body stretch by reaching fingertips up and back, hooking thumbs together, maybe sliding feet towards each other, flex and draw the toes out over the mat, stretch the tops of the feet, take a nice deep breath in here to the heart space. On the exhale, gather the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a final squeeze here, nose into the knees. And when you're ready, take your time, keep the gaze soft or the eyes closed, roll out to one side. Maybe pause there with a hand on the earth if you like, and make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Feel the body come into alignment with head over heart, heart over hips. Feel the crown of your head light and lifted, dropping down in your tail, creating a nice long spine and space for that breath. Breathe in through the nose, down into the belly, down into the lowest part of your belly, into the pelvic bowl. Nice slow exhale and just feel the shoulders pull away from the ears a little bit more. Right, inhale, fingertips up and out. Gaze up. Deep breath at the top here. Lift up. Exhale, draw that energy down into the heart space. Bow inward. Take a moment here. Just thank yourself for doing the best that you can do. Is take that time for pause, exploration, self-care, putting everything else on hold, and connecting to your true nature. Always one of my favorite parts of the week to be out here guiding you and sharing this practice with you from my heart to yours. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.